we as Americans okay? For a grande, it was $9.42.
Our generation and the generation under us is drowning when it comes to just everyday things that we are required to purchase.
Have you noticed how just living is starting to feel impossible? What is happening? Why does it feel like just existing has become a luxury we can barely afford? Groceries, gas, rent, it's all skyrocketing. Whether you're a parent juggling bills or someone just trying to enjoy a salad without taking out a loan, this video is for you. Let's dive into it.
Just went to the fucking store today, okay? And this was $200. It was like $220 or whatever. Big purchase was the formula and the diapers. But you're telling me that just this is $170? That's a fucking joke, right? Where's all my fucking food? Where? I don't understand. I have to make this stretch until the next paycheck. I do my grocery shopping at Aldi's and Walmart, and we have BJ's, which is like Costco. But what the actual fuck? This is mostly produce too. Look, I've got carrots, zucchini, celery, plantains, cucumber, cabbage, 2 things of lettuce. I only got 2 things of meat, because normally meat is your expensive thing. So I got some ground turkey and some ground chicken. Am I forgetting something? I'm not even sure. Well, there's milk in the fridge, so I did buy a small gallon of milk and a half thing of oat milk. So what the fuck?
Does anybody else feel like the target keeps moving? Like, hear me out. When I was in high school, my dream car was like $20,000. So it's like, okay, if I can make $20,000, I can get my dream car. Fast forward 5 years, it's like I can afford a $20,000 car. But now my dream car is $40,000. Fast forward another 7-8 years, I can afford $40,000 car. But now my dream car is like $60,000. And it's not even like newer years or newer models. It's the same car. It's still the same 1992 model car.
Are we as Americans okay? I just went through Starbucks, and for a grande, it was $9.42. For a grande coffee. That's insane. That's actually insane. To put that into perspective, in the state I live, that's more than minimum wage for an iced coffee. That is insane.
This is just my little Tuesday rant. I am 33 years old, and I just want to give you an example of why our generation and the generation under us is drowning when it comes to just everyday things that we are required to purchase. So the first example that I'm going to give you is household appliances, washers and dryers, refrigerators, dishwashers, okay? My grandmother is 91 years old. She has a refrigerator in her garage from 1976 that still works perfectly. Okay, she still uses that for pop, for juice, for anything when grandkids come over. My husband and I purchased a dishwasher. This is a Frigidaire, and not to mention that dishwashers themselves are expensive, even for the cheaper dishwashers. So we purchased a $700 Frigidaire dishwasher 6 months ago, maybe 7 months ago. And this is what the inside of our dishwasher looks like already. It is completely falling apart. It is rusted out. Almost all of the little brackets, I don't know how many, have already broken off since we purchased this dishwasher 6 months ago. And the worst part is, when we called Frigidaire on our warranty, they specifically sent me the warranty exclusions that exclude rust in the warranty. It's like these companies know that the quality of their products are not good, and so they exclude the things that they know are going to happen. So I know that our generation complains about how things are and how expensive things are and just the quality of things, but this is the reality of what we have to deal with. We're buying washers and dryers and refrigerators and dishwashers and expensive items way more frequently than my parents or their parents ever had to buy them. The quality of the products just isn't there, and it makes us feel like we're drowning.
I need to know, is anybody else just trying to survive inflation, survive the Kroger, survive the grocery store prices, survive all the things to exist, but also be seemingly happy and live life to the fullest, not question what happens after we die, just live, laugh, love our asses down the frickin' sidewalk to all the things, but also sensitive, but also badass, but also angry because they're hungry, and also needs some cuddles, and also wants to read a book, and also wants to take a nap, and also wants to travel the world, but doesn't have any money because of Kroger and the grocery store. Does anybody else have a moment? Anybody else? Also, TikTok, like, I don't even know what I'm doing on here. I just am having a millennial crisis on TikTok, so thanks for coming to my TikTok.
This is for the parents of older kids, like 8-year-olds plus, and I mean this in the sincerest way. Are you guys okay? Yes, this is another supermarket rant, because the supermarket has become my most despised place on earth. It surpasses play centres and the gyno, and that is absolutely saying something. I just dropped into Coles to grab a few things, and I'm trying this new thing where I'm spending intentionally, and I'm thinking about where every single one of my dollar is going. And for me, I prefer to support the local grocer than to support the big food chains. Mexican tonight, so think like black beans and diced tomatoes and corn out of a tin, like things that are meant to not cost a lot of money. And I walked out of there spending $82, and I came out of there with one meal. I have little babies. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and between the 4 of us, those 2, my 3-year-old doesn't eat. She eats oxygen. So like, to combine, they're probably the equivalent of 1 child and 2 adults. Like, how are you feeding these pre-teens and teenagers who are like garbage disposals, who just eat everything? I know that's what I did when I was a kid. Like, at this point, I'm sitting in my car. That's how furious I am. And at this point, I just feel like they're just taking the piss.
Why are salads so expensive? It's leaves. It's leaves and dressing. There's no reason it should be like $16+, and it's more if you want protein. Now, obviously I want protein because like otherwise it's just leaves and dressing. I understand that food is expensive because like inflation and farmers and stuff, but there's no reason it should be that expensive. Like, are you kidding? Salads should be $8, like 10 if you want protein. They're really milking us for all we got, huh?
PSA, can rich, privileged people, especially younger people, stop giving financial advice? I scrolled across TikTok and this one person's like, this is what I did to make 6 figures and this is what you're doing wrong. Live below your means and all that BS. Really, you find out that they live at home and don't have any actual true bills like everyday people. Most of us do not have parents that are able to provide for us fully, and good for them. That's not a slight for something that they were born into. But coming on here and acting like they really know what they're talking about when they have no student loan, no debt of any kind, and it's like, yeah, you just live below your means and just make smart spending decisions when most of us are paycheck to paycheck.
Okay, so this is a little message for the government. Not that you probably care, but if you do, this is a message for you. I just went to fill up my car, and it cost me $102. Okay, that's a sick joke. Considering my car used to be $80, like, how did we get to this? Like, $102, you've just, like, cost me about 5 cups of coffee that I now won't buy because I had to put extra in my fucking car for fuel this week. I basically feel like I would really like to know what you guys all earn and what exactly you fucking do to earn that kind of money, because I can sit down and tell you what I do at work, and I work really, really fucking hard, but I've got to live week to week because the inflation right now is kicking me in the ass. I don't exactly know what you guys do because it never seems to be anything that you promise when you're fucking getting elected to be in the government. But anyway, but that's besides the point of this video. You all basically get paid to break fucking promises, I think. But anyway, back to the point. Just have a bit of a questionnaire for you, if you could take the time to answer these couple of questions. What do you actually think the average income for the everyday Australian is? Let me tell you, you probably fucking quadruple what the rest of us make. But at the moment, the average cost of rent is well and truly over $600, right? That I'm telling you, that's more than half a weekly income there. I just put $100 in my car for fuel. So that's about $700 a week just in fuel and petrol for most of us. And then believe it or not, we do have to eat. So with the fucking cost of groceries at the moment too, if you're lucky, you can get you can get maybe 2 bags at the shops for about $300 these days. So that we're at about $900 there, sir, and we haven't paid a single fucking bill yet. Now let me tell you, in case you didn't know, most people don't even earn $900 a week. Okay, and you're particularly fucked if you're on a single income like myself. Because, yeah, you're down $900 and you've done 3 things. You haven't paid a bill yet. Energy Australia, I do apologise. I'm about $200 behind in an electricity bill at the moment, but I can't really fucking help that one. Sorry. I think my Optus bill is about $120 behind. And before anyone thinks they can beat me to it, I don't pay for my lashes or anything like that. So please don't tell me to cut back on the luxuries, because I've cut back, well, pretty much as the best I fucking can, really. Again, besides the point, I just have to throw that in there because there's always someone that's like, oh, but you've got lashes. Well, I don't pay for them, so try again, troll. Back to the government. Basically just put $100 in my car so I can get to work so that you guys can pay me to pay rent in a house that I pretty much visit because I never get to be at the house because I've got to work so much just to afford the petrol, to pay for the petrol to get to work, to pay for the fucking house that I don't live in that I visit so that I can work. Do you get what I'm saying? Basically, I pay for petrol to go to work, to pay for the house that I get to visit because I'm always at work.
Anybody else want to have a little mini freak out with me? Because I just went grocery shopping and I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of going to the grocery store and having to do math every time I put something in my cart because everything is just so expensive. Like, I literally just got 4 bags of groceries, spent $75. How? Tell me, how did I do that? How did I do that when I only got stuff to make like 3 dinners and like a lunch? Tell me, how did I do that? And don't even tell me to start budgeting, because my budget went out the window when groceries started costing me like I just can't. I'm so tired of not being able to afford. Just like, I want to go to the grocery store and just get what I need and not think about it. I don't want to have to worry about it. And maybe that's on me. Maybe I just need to get a better job. Maybe I need to work harder at TikTok to make more of an income. But like, it's just so frustrating when you feel like you're trying and nothing is working. Like, I'm fucking tired of having no money because all my money goes to groceries and gas, and it's ridiculous. It is literally so ridiculous how hard we are out here working, and it's like we have nothing to show for it. I have absolutely no idea how I'm gonna afford like Christmas like for my kids. Like, that, it's okay, Shelby. It's okay. We will make it through because we always do. But I'm just tired. I'm just tired of things being the way that they are. And I know that everybody is riding the struggle bus with me. Like, it's not just me, but it's hard. It's hard out here. Like, how are you guys doing it? Tell me how you guys are buying groceries, because I feel like I do all the things. I use all the apps to save money. I buy store brand when it's cheaper. I shop and get snacks at the discount store. And we don't even really do a whole lot of snacks, but that's where, if I do get snacks, that's what I do. I get what I can there. And yeah, I really want to yell, but I feel like everybody in the parking lot would hear me, and I don't want to bring attention to myself. I'm just frustrated. I'm tired of feeling like, it honestly makes you feel like a failure when like you have to, not that budgeting is like something to feel like a failure about, but when it's like extreme budgeting just to afford the necessities, it's like you feel like a failure because you don't have enough. Like, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but hopefully I hope that you don't relate, but you know what I mean.
I think one of the most frustrating parts about being a young person today is that we see the ways that things could be better, right? Like, wouldn't it be great if my landlord wasn't legally allowed to raise my rent 20% one year and then do it again the next year? Wouldn't it be great to have a 4-day work week or even like a 6-hour work day? Wouldn't it be great to have more public transit systems so we wouldn't have to rely so heavily on cars all the time? But whenever we say these things, people in power and the older generations are like, that's gonna cost money, right? You don't think we're paying for this already? It's just so infuriating that it costs so much to just exist. And none of us really even asked to be here, right? And we have solutions, like the solutions are out there, and they may not solve everything, but they would make it better. And the people who are supposedly supposed to represent us are like, oh yeah, you have a little idea? Oh, that's cute, sorry, I have a luncheon to go to. Like, okay, guess we're screwed then, thanks. And I know that America is objectively not the worst place in the world to be, right? But I don't see how wanting better has become like a hot topic. Like, why is it such a divisive thing? Like, this resistance to like things that are very obviously going to help everybody is just so frustrating, because like, why? I feel like people forget that we are where we are right now, like in terms of equality in society, because people chose to make such a stink. Like, maybe we should listen to the people. Just a thought.
I just want to guess how much it was. $165.91. I'm so over this. I'm so over this. Man, every time I go grocery shopping, I have a full ass anxiety panic attack in the middle of the aisle because I have no idea what to cook for dinner. I don't know how to plan. I'm not sure what to cook for breakfast and lunch. I'm really not sure. Do we need snacks? Do we not need snacks? A bag of 18 mini chips that I used to get the husband for lunch, $10. $10 now. The paper plates we used to get so I didn't have to wash so many dishes, $10. No. And I know for a fact I'm not the only one going through this, but man, I just like to come on here and bitch a little. I was gonna get pancake mix. No, ma'am. I looked up on Google how to make homemade pancake mix right in that aisle before I put that pancake mix in the cart. And we're gonna be making homemade pancake mix if we want pancakes. Not only do I get an anxiety attack while I'm in the grocery store, but I contemplate and sit and marinate how I'm gonna make this garden really freaking happen in May 2025. Because I know I haven't expressed it a lot, but me and the husband decided that we're gonna start a garden this spring, and I'm gonna try to learn how to can. I don't care if it takes me 4 hours, I don't care if it takes me 10 hours to learn how to can. I am determined to have a pantry full of canned goods that I personally canned, and I worked my butt off to do it. I'm also gonna learn how to blanch. Y'all catch me on the side of TikTok homesteading, because let me tell you, by 2025, I'm gonna have a giant ass garden, some goats, 1 cow for the freaking year, chicken eggs. That's another thing with chicken eggs. I'm so tired of buying eggs. We go through eggs like it's crazy how much we go through eggs. I took my hair down so I look a little crazy, but I generally cannot wait until our chickens start producing eggs, because I'm tired of buying expensive ass eggs. By the end of 2025, I'm gonna be a boss ass wife, a homesteading ass wife. Watch.
Okay, real quick before I go into work, I'm just waiting on somebody else to get here. Surprise, I work at a bank. Anyways, I just want to talk about medical insurance really quick. So, I pay $400 a month for insurance, right? Kind of expensive, really, but it is for Josh and I. I look like a potato. Anyways, then I went to go pick up an inhaler. You know the thing, you breathe, you know, that thing. $426. And yes, she meant US dollars. I confirmed that when I went to buy it. But $426. That's on top of, I already have to have a $300 prescription. Birth control is supposed to be free. Well, not for me. It's another $120 a month.
I know it's tough out there, but we're in this together. Let's keep this conversation going. Drop a comment below and share how inflation is impacting you. And hey, if this video resonated, give it a like, subscribe, and maybe even share it with someone who could use a little solidarity right now. Let's build a community where we can rant, laugh, and tackle life's challenges together. Thanks for watching.